guys, what's up today? I hope you spend a great time right now, and I know it's not easy because there's a lot of events happens right now and impact a lot of us. To share this little video about the review of my 2022 years, so let's get started. First of all, after to be graduate in industrial design, I switched from a student character to an entrepreneur character. At the time, I had both possibilities to take. I have this opportunity either to become an entrepreneur or to have a stability job. So forget entrepreneurship. I start my first career, live this first experience of a first contract of 6 months, and after this I start the second contract of working, and this changed my vision I had of working. This first year of hard working was very intensive for me. I passed by different lapses of time, and you know how to work in a stressful environment, to feel negative energy, emotions, anxiety and depression have a big impact on your working. And I learned a lot with interesting project and how hard working is not a tool. After that, I decided to review my strategy of working, how I could have a balance with my professional life, career and personal project I start to build. I launched different interesting projects while my last year of master in industrial design. Here I am right now. I decided to implement a new strategy of self-investment every single day. I try to understand how I could become more creative, productive, efficient in working. At the time, I just researched how I could improve my employability skills, take this opportunity to start a first career. It was my choice. I don't recommend you, if you have idea, to quit your bullshit job right now. This time, 2022, is very significant, and there's a lot of events happened and impact all of us. You know about Ukraine war, a pandemic, coronavirus, the lockdown period, time, negative emotions, anxiety, stress, environment, and how you express negative thinking while a long period of vacation I had before to start my first career. I'm just thinking a lot about the future, my third job, the new life I want to have, the experience I want to live. For a long time, I was an introvert people. I was thinking about how I could improve all of abilities and skills and resolve my own problem to become a better people. So along this long period, I'm reading a lot of books. It was very important for me to resource myself, my brain, my knowledge was very important for me at the time. It's the reason why I read in a book every single day, and to understand how I could understand my own system, try to understand how I could implement a new strategy of self-investment. I learned a lot about self-discipline. At the time, I experienced different ways, different tools, different method and strategy of self-investment, which strategy convinced me all of abilities and skills I need to become the better people I want to be. Human nature is very complicated to understand. How your brain, your system brain is working. I miss a lot of understanding. Books helped me a lot, working on my self-investment, on my self-discipline and my employability skills. I was between my new life and I researched a new job, build cover CV and design portfolio to get a new job, a new career. Maybe it was a very difficult period for me. I was lost in this pandemic and lockdown time was very difficult for me to live. I tried to find a new sense in my life. Right now, I just want to share you 5 e-com skills I learned this 2022 year. It changed my entire life. So let's get started. I started my career in a German company, and this opportunity for me to be in immersion and to learn a new language. At the time, I didn't speak German. In this way, first experience of working, I started to learn a new target language. For me, it was the best experience I experienced in this time. Along this long process of insertion in the target market, I learned a lot of skills I need to grow up, to grow my character identity of first employees. Along these 2022 years, I need to work on my employability skills. The first things I need to resolve my own problem skills. While a long period of scholarity at university, I was an introvert people. I started to work on my self-confidence to find a new strategy of implementation I can apply every single day to grow my character. To have self-confidence is very important. This new life is a new start, a new beginning. At the time I start my stories. This intensive way, massively experienced as a human being, and this changed my entire life vision I had of the society, the reality. It was a shock of my brain. How I could improve myself, how I could improve all of abilities and skills I need to start my first career. Practicing my self-confidence every single day with a recorder to record my voice, to film myself with a camera, eye track. Do this exercise was very beneficial for my employability skills. At the time, I read a lot and I learned about different success story and business plan in the books, and I learned a lot of mentors, interesting people of history. I learned about how we have opportunity and ability to resolve our own problems, to become the better people we want, to become the best version I need to become. The first I discover tools to work on my self-investment, my self-confidence, important for my future new version I want to become. At the time, I didn't have excuse to blame myself, to judge everything external and internal about the privilege or abilities and skills I didn't have. And fundamental things is to just thinking about which opportunity I have and how I could improve myself. So work on my self-discipline was very beneficial to my process for this long period. It works every single day. Very important to be patient. The process takes a long of time to learn every single day, change my entire life day by day, step by step, and to quit my comfort zone. Very significant for my self-development, to reach goals I want to implement, apply. One thing I knew at the time, it's to just start to work on myself, to quit my comfort zone, to take some new decision, to do some massive actions, and to work on my character. Whatever you know how to live adversity, diversity, serendipity is very beneficial. As a beginner of life, it's possible to change your paradigm. It's possible to become the better version you want, to start some things, maybe a new personal project, to build different interesting projects you really want. But for this, you need to find your why. Stop to blame yourself and to do bullshit, do procrastination, to waste your time. I have a declic in my brain. At the time, I realized, oh my god, it's possible to change, maybe to start a new project, my own business. I could become the new version I really want. At the time, I have different opportunity, but my paradigm, limited belief I had by maybe my education, young experience of life, the society education. It's not the fault of conditioning of human being experience. After to understand how I need to grow my knowledge and resolve my own problems, the better lessons I understand and I realize in my life. While the vacations, I start to invest all of my time in my self-investment, my self-discipline, and how I could become more confident and consistent. So as a time, I experience a lot editing video. I launched my first YouTube channel, Design Skills and Investment, and other interesting channel. I put the link in the description. Experiencing editing video and to discover hard grid and hard list changed my entire vision of my working, my personal project, very benefit for my future industrial design project and editing project. This changed my entire life. To learn every single day, editing videos step by step, day by day, experience different interesting tools and interface. Cinematic videos helped me a lot to make a value in my own project, to realize how design sound quality of the future project I built, vision I have of editing video working. At the time, I realized digital marketing skills is very required for every people who want to start this own business. I need all of these abilities and skills to develop my industrial design project and editing video project. But for this, I need to be patient in a long period because you know how the process was so long. I need to live this experience, opportunity to grow myself, abilities and skills I need to develop myself and to grow my own value. I discover how to build value in our society. Companies and design agency, for example, or international company make a value in our society. Is the reason why to invest in myself, in my knowledge was very significant and important in this period of my life. Start to learn new and several target language was very interesting for my to be in immersion in a German company when I start my first career, my first job. Whatever the adversity I live today, I realize how to live this experience right now was very benefit for me, my life. Communication is very powerful, and to have this privilege to learn several language change everything. And French isn't my mother tongue. I was adopted from Madagascar and I switched to Belgium and I start my new life in Belgium. Along my scholarity and at the university, I learn other interesting languages. I realized the potential of the language, how I could improve my self-confidence in the same time, and I start to invest on the language skills. I lose my mother tongue when I switched from Madagascar to Belgium, so I decided to learn my mother tongue because it's very important for me. It's a part of my life. To lose my mother tongue was very a big shock. I started to develop my language skills. Huge interest to learn new target language was very significant for my employability skills and to develop my self-confidence and my character. Communication, cooperation with books. To learn more about neuroscience, to understand how my brain is working was very interesting for me, to understand how it's possible to change paradigm and to quit my comfort zone and to take new decisions to improve myself, to become the better version I am right now. It wasn't easy because the process takes a long time. I need to be patient. A lot of people gave up to get quick their goal or have a lot of purpose, but they gave up in one time. It's because motivation is not at all, and you know how self-discipline makes a difference between just hardworking talent or genius. It's very important to understand with neuroscience how your brain is working and how you could implement strategy every single day in your life. Currently, I discover the power of implementation strategy I could apply every single day to improve my self investment. Every single day I just continue to learn again and again because it's very important to build some new synaptic connection, very benefit for my knowledge, abilities and skills I need to become better. It's the reason why I believe in you, I believe in your potential and DNA of the perfect people you are right now. As a perfect human being we are, it's very difficult to understand the human nature and to live this imperfect experience as human being, I think is amazing. It's better things, whatever failures, dramatic experience we could live, how life is difficult, life is unfair, very impacted and consequence. All of this event we live right now with Ukraine war, the different dramatic period of history, lockdown, crisis time, coronavirus, pandemic time, ecological and climate, energy crisis, and social crisis is very important to realize. All of this event happens and what's going on. The first things I learn have a vision in a long term. All of your decisions, actions you are going to do right now makes the difference between your old version and the new version you are going to become right now. I realized this when I learned a lot about the human nature. I misunderstanding our knowledge is very limited by the different aspect of our young experience and education. Societal education and parental education have a big consequence and impact in our entire life. To understand this change everything. It makes a difference between old version I was before and the new character I am right now. I discover potential of human beings, how you could become the better people you are and to manifest your potential, your DNA, how you are perfect. Different laws of the universe are working.